Well, guess what? I just did a good 20-minute odd chat here on the video and I didn't even record, so I'm going to have to do it again here. I'm going to do it a second time. I was talking about jinxing. Talking about jinxing because I've been reading this book about jinxing in Ireland. They didn't use the word in the book. I'm going to have to cut it really short because I don't think I can do it all again. Damn. But I've been reading this book, a book by a woman called Lady Gregory. She's written a few books about Irish folklore, and this particular book's called Visions and Beliefs from the West of Ireland. And it's about shades, or shay, people who have departed from this world and haven't gone to an inaccessible place, but are still very close by, still very near to us. In fact, so near to us that they still eat food and still have sex in the fourth dimension. They still have babies, but they don't produce milk somehow. I don't know, understand that, but it's pretty fascinating. Fascinating book. It's a book of a whole heap of interviews that Lady Gregory conducted, hundreds of them, with people from around the west of Ireland. And one of the main themes is this problem of animals and people getting either dead or at least very sick, usually dying sooner or later from an illness as a result of having been praised, worshipped, put on a pedestal, exalted. Oh, Farmer Brown, what a lovely cow that you have there. That's a marvellous cow. That's a beautiful cow. Off he goes, and then the cow falls down and it's sick. Man has to come back, spit on the cow and say, God bless you, cow. God bless this cow. Yeah, a lot of examples of that particular principle. So what is this principle? Well, if you're exalting something when it ought not be exalted, because really only person or thing, if you like, only creature or organism or person that can be exalted in all of the universes are those who are able to absorb such exaltation, because no matter how much they get exalted, that exaltation never ever comes anywhere near what they actually are compared to the person that's doing the exalting. In other words, a human being compared to a deity, a true deity, not some fourth dimensional personality that has been deified, which is exaltation, which is idolatry, which is what I'm talking about. Idolatry. Idolatry is a terrible, terrible thing. Whether it's the idolization of oneself, or whether it's the idolization of another person, or whether it's the idolization of a whole group of people, such as a football team, or a cast of movie actors, or even the movie itself, or the person that wrote this book, or whatever it is. Of course, a book can't get sick and die, but there's an effect on the person that's done the idolizing as well. Now it's quite dangerous to idolize another with respect to one's own well-being. It's bad for the person or creature that is being idolized. Flattered is another one. Flattery, that's a form of idolization. Same thing. Exaltation, flattery. It's a terrible thing. And in Ireland, there's in this book of Irish tales, repeated examples of death and illness resulting from flattery, or call it whatever you like, idolatry, exaltation, praise, excessive praise might be a better term. It's a good, it's such a thing as a compliment, and an encouraging word. Fruit flies. An encouraging word, such a thing as that, but there's such a thing as taking it a little bit further than that too, isn't there? Celebrity worship, very, very popular. And in these latter days, everybody's a celebrity. It's called self-love. Anyone is worthy of being equal to a celebrity, whereas people didn't used to think that way. That's celebrity from the word celebration. You celebrate the existence of another person. Worship. This is how a lot of the ancient gods were invented. The worship of fourth density people, especially because they had superpowers, they were super beautiful, they were super amazing. Yeah. And they really are. They really can be. It doesn't make them gods. It doesn't make them worthy of worship. And now, there's a modern culture called self-love, and called it's been married to we are one. Everybody should be loving themselves, patting themselves on the back, patting each other on the back, lifting each other up, so to speak, putting each other on a pedestal. That's all right, Jack. I'm all right. You're all right. Something like that written in a book, or the name of a book. How to win friends and influence people? Through flattery. As long as those persons are willing to be flattered. Now, there's two types of reactions that can be involved when flattery is involved and somebody's flattering another person. You can be putting yourself down by flattering another person, or if you're engaged in this self-flattery movement, by flattering another person, what you're actually doing is you bring them up, so-called up. You bring them into the same consciousness as yourself so that you can connect with them. You can have this consciousness connection. It's been advertised as a kind of cosmic love. I'll let you decide for yourself, maybe, whether it really is a cosmic love or not. Go away, boy. No, fuck it. It's not a cosmic love. You know it's not a cosmic love. You might unconsciously know it's not a cosmic love because you're too busy thinking that it is a cosmic love, but your body knows that it's not a conscious love. And in your soul, if you've got a soul, but you probably can, if you're involved in this consciousness, you will not even be conscious that you have a soul. What you think you have as a soul is actually merely your heart, and the heart is not the soul. The soul is a consciousness entity, not just a feeling entity. It is a feeling entity as well, but the feelings of the soul are not the same as these mere feelings of self-gratification, self-glorification, self-exaltation, and the concomitant exaltation, glorification, flattery of others to help them be in the same consciousness that you want to be in, so that we can all be happy and beautiful and loving together, loving ourselves together. Let's stroke each other. It's like lurid sex, isn't it? It's like hot sex. It's like hot sex. It's not love. It's pleasure. It's a feel good. It's a stimulation of emotion. It's an orgasm. I'm not trying to denigrate the orgasm or pleasure or anything else like that. What I'm getting at is this over the top emotional consciousness. Can only say so many words about this. Hopefully I've conveyed this by now, and hopefully you've had some recognition, if you haven't had a recognition yet, of what I'm talking about. probably I could go on trying to explain it for another 10 minutes and you'd just get bored and shut it off. So I'll stop now trying to explain this thing, this self-love thing. I'll move along with this. Moving along with it, the person that receives the adulation, the exaltation, the flattery, who receives it, becomes flattered, becomes exalted, moves into that level of consciousness. In the old days, because it wasn't a common thing, you had no buffer zone, you'd go down. You'd go down quick, and that's what this book has many, many stories of. People going down to the grave quickly, sometimes within months, even within days. Animals going down, getting sick all of a sudden and dying. If you've got 1,000 or 1,000,000 or 10 million or 100 million, how many millions and millions and millions of people, and you might be one, and you might be having a lot of trouble hearing what I'm saying right now. I hope you are sticking with it though. I hope you are feeling a little thing in here that you know what I mean? That little still quiet voice inside which is trying to reach your or mind, trying to reach one's consciousness from the eye of the storm. So hang in there if you can hear it. Stay. Practice self-control right now if that's what you have to do for your sake. Not for mine, for yours. Mass consciousness, massive sea, huge buffer zone, bigger time zone. Sooner or later, the dam wall bursts. The dam wall will burst, and this whole movement, this whole we are one in self-love movement is going to all of you, all of anyone who is caught up in it. Hopefully it's not you. I don't want anyone to be caught up in it. That's why I'm making this video. Everyone who is caught up in it is going to get terribly, terribly sick very, very quickly, and everyone's going to experience it together as a mass consciousness. And there's going to be massive death. People, there's just going to be death, illness and death for no particularly explicable reason. Just the same as individual deaths in a world where this is not the norm. Massive. It's a massive movement. It's going to be a massive collapse. And that's tonight's message. Please read the book. I'll repeat the name of the book again, slowly. The author is Lady Gregory. The book was published in 1920. It's called Visions and Beliefs, either of or from the west of Ireland. Visions and Beliefs from the west of Ireland. Type it into your DuckDuckGo search engine. I hope you're using DuckDuckGo, not goggles, googlies, googie eggs. DuckDuckGo. Quack. Type it in. Visions and Beliefs from the West of Ireland, or of the West of Ireland, by Lady Gregory. Stupendous lessons involved here. I'll leave you with a quote from Yeshua of Nazareth. People were putting him on a pedestal. He turned around and he said, "Why do you call me good? Only God is good." May all glory and honour of our highest adoration and our greatest capacity to exalt anybody, all glory be to our divine parents. Om Namah Shivaya.